Dang, what's that app called?
It's called Sezzle.
Isn't that the buy now, pay later app?
It is. They also have price comparison features, which is my personal favorite touch.
Dang, I'll have to give it a download.
Nice.
Prawn shrimp for everybody. Now available at Parker's Kitchen.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12, first at 4.
A first alert issued for Monday for severe storm chances after a stormy start this morning. Thanks for joining us first at 4. Now streaming live on WRDW+. I'm Zaina Halliburton, joined with your first alert meteorologist, Emily Acton. Emily, we got through this morning, but now we need to prepare ourselves for next week.
Yes, definitely so. It's that time of year. So this is what we tend to see during the months of March, April, and even into May sometimes. But looking at our next first alert, that will be issued for Monday. We're anticipating another line of strong to severe thunderstorms to push through the area. So best thing to do right now, download that first alert weather app so you can stay up to date on the forecast. We send out app updates daily, multiple times a day. And you can also, too, just look at the radar on your phone, a great tool to have. And when it comes to Monday, if you do get put under any sort of watch or warning, it'll alert you to that as well. So a good tool to have. We are under a slight risk for at least half of the CSRA. And again, this is why we have issued that first alert for Monday. Main threats going to be damaging winds, an isolated tornado possible, and we could even see some severe hail possibly. So something we're going to continue to keep a close eye on. I'll have a look at what we can expect for your weekend, though, and it's looking a little bit better coming up.
Thanks for that, Emily. This was the scene of Riverwatch Parkway just hours ago as Columbia County Fire battled a home fire on McCormick Road. Emergency crews had the road entrance blocked off, as you can see there. We still don't know the cause of the fire, if it spread to nearby homes, or if there are any injuries, but we're working to get that information for you. We'll let you know when we learn more. Developing right now out of Michigan, a synagogue near Detroit was... We now know what chemical investigators believe was used in the acid attack that sent a Savannah woman to the burn center right here in Augusta. Savannah police say SLED conducted testing and believe a sulfuric acid compound was used. Those compounds are used to make explosives and are commonly found in fertilizers and batteries. We first told you about this story back in December. A woman says she was walking through Forsyth Park when a man threw an unknown chemical substance on her, leaving her with severe burns. Savannah police says special agents and investigators are following up on several leads based on the test results. New today, South Carolina Tax season is underway and scammers are doing whatever it takes to steal your information and your money. So we're on your side with a safety alert about what you need to know so you don't become a victim. If you get a text or phone call from someone claiming to be the IRS, it's almost always a scam. An official says the IRS only calls or emails if you've given the permission first. They'll never demand payment over the phone, so protect your information, black out personal details before you email tax documents, avoid public Wi-Fi, and use password-protected encryption when you send sensitive data. A safety alert for you if you drive a Toyota Highlander. Toyota is recalling more than 550,000 cars. They include 2021 and 2024 hybrid and gas-only Highlanders. Regulators say their second row seats don't always lock into position after adjusted. They say it could lead to an injury in a crash. Dealers will repair the seats for free. Virginia. Take a good look here at your screen. Richmond County deputies searching for these missing teenagers who they say both left their homes on Aiken Street yesterday. That's near Sandbar Ferry Road. We're showing you 15-year-old Montana Sapp and 14-year-old Ciasia Cummings. Deputies say Sapp was wearing a red and orange shirt, a black and white scarf, black pants, and a white blanket when she left home. It's unclear what Cummings was wearing. If you see either of these teenagers or know where they are, be sure to contact the Richmond County Sheriff's Office.
We have issued a first alert for your Monday. We're tracking another line of strong and potentially severe storms to move through our area. I'll have a look at what's in store for the CSRA coming up.
And Alaska's famous for its wood carvers, but wait till you meet the Anchorage artist who does it all without sight. Still ahead, the blind worker heading to Norway and the masterpiece he's about to auction.
Time in 10. Sponsored by Riverside Heating and Air.
Nissan?
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers, or get $3,500 customer cash on Rogue.
Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
We've issued a first alert for your Monday next week. We are anticipating a line of showers and thunderstorms to move through our area. Main threat going to be heavy rainfall and strong wind gusts. So make sure you are staying weather aware as we go throughout the beginning of next week. Right now, we are looking nice and dry. We had plenty of rainfall earlier today, but that has since calmed down and really moved out of our area. So if you have any outdoor plans this evening, a lot colder than what we have been seeing, upper 50s for our 7 p.m. hour, and then we'll drop into the low 50s, 40s, and eventually 30s overnight tonight. So that, all of those showers that came through, that was due to a cold front, and again, that is officially out of our area. Looking at your Friday, beautiful, plenty of sunshine. So we're off to a great start for maybe a little early weekend. Saturday, plenty of sunshine as well. Here's around 8 a.m. Not tracking any rainfall or cloud cover throughout the day. So again, that can be expected for your afternoon. Sunday, we'll start to see that cloud cover increase, and then those rain chances will start to increase as well as we go throughout really the late Sunday and into Monday. And that's where we have that first alert issued. We're tracking heavy rainfall, potentially some strong wind gusts, an isolated tornado possible, and we could see some severe hail as well. So something we're going to continue to keep an eye on as we go throughout the next couple of days. Your Saturday, though, forecast looking beautiful. Sunday, most of the day, not too bad. So if you do have any weekend plans, it is looking very nice for our forecast, but we are just tracking those showers as we get into Monday. Here's kind of what we can expect to see. As of right now, I am anticipating the timing to change on these showers, but a line will push through. As of right now, looking to be more for the first half of the day, and then by the second half of the day, conditions are looking a lot drier for us, pretty similar to what we saw this morning. But check out that cold front, a lot stronger. We'll see upper 70s Sunday, cold front pushing through, and we'll see the 50s Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Zaina, I don't know how to dress for the winter anymore. I kind of forgot.
Yeah, it's like we need to just keep everything close right now, right? The t-shirt, and then you need the long sleeve and the jacket because we're so back and forth. Thank you, Emily, for that. Alaska has known its fair share of talented woodworkers and carvers. One of them, a blind woodworker in Anchorage, is heading to Norway this weekend to sell one of his masterpieces in a silent auction. Joe Allgood spent some time with the artist and teacher to learn more about his craft.
There's just so much to dive into, but I definitely want to, if you wouldn't mind showing us just a bit of the lathe and turning.
Oh, absolutely.
What makes a good artist?
You know, I started making bowls on the wood lathe. I started using these tools.
Are they born into it?
Growing up, my dad had a wood shop.
Is it their skill?
All these tools in the shop are tools that I grew up using.
Or their creative vision?
I'll take this stuff out. I'll just put a little ridge right in here.
To get a better idea, here's a glimpse of what artist and woodworker Kevin Whitley sees while working. That's right.
In 2009, I got in an accident. I got assaulted and caused a global rupture of my left eye, which rendered me blind.
A jack of many trades, he didn't let that stop him.
I always enjoyed work. Prior to losing my sight, enjoyed making things with my hand.
With help from the Alaska Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired, Whitley returned to the shop.
When I first started doing it, I would have to have someone come out here, and I'd have to have them use their eyeballs for me because
adapting quickly.
And every tool is as it was when it came out of the box. There's no special guides, guards, or finger holes on it.
And now teaching others to do the same.
What we do here in the shop is we adapt the client to the tool. We don't adapt the tool to the client.
Picking up a few tricks of the trade along the way.
Yeah, this is the cheater right here.
Including case, not including case. 0 inches. 11¼ inches.
Wow.
4 and 13.
And it is perforated too.
Putting safety first.
So far, so good, and that's all I'm going to say.
And in case you were wondering,
there's been no loss of digits in the shop thus far.
building a lot more than just works of wood.
Well, here in the shop, we build confidence. Wood is just a product we get to use to do that with.
Hey, I love that. And confidence is all it takes. Happy he's able to do that even after going blind, something he loves. He's a motivation to others wanting to do the same thing. Listen to this. An investigation uncovers more than 100 substances known as secret chemicals being added to food, drinks, and supplements without FDA approval. The nonprofit Environmental Working Group found 49 of the chemicals added by the food industry are in about 4,000 products on the U.S. Department of Agriculture's food database. Secretary of Health and Human Services, Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says food companies are able to add the chemicals because of what's called the generally recognized as safe or grass loophole.
Allowed all of these companies to self-affirm, that's what they call it. Means you can add any ingredient to American food. You don't have to show any studies.
Kennedy says he's now working to close that loophole. 2 people were killed when a tornado ripped through Lake Village, Indiana. The tornado also trapped some people in their homes and left a trail of destruction behind. At least 100 structures are damaged, including dozens destroyed. Indiana Governor Mike Braun said on social media, first responders, state and local officials, and the American Red Cross were providing immediate support to communities. That tornado wasn't the only one in the area. There was also a monster twister that tore through a part of Illinois and a nearby park. There were several injuries, but no deaths. That's according to the city's mayor. The severe weather also included destructive hail, some of it softball sized or larger, that crushed cars and caused damage in Illinois. So sad to see what all of these people have gone through with these tornadoes. We're thinking of those families. Still ahead, a 19-year-old pilot, an engine that suddenly goes quiet, and a busy Florida road right below. The emergency landing caught right on camera. Coming up.
First Alert Radio.
A pilot's worst nightmare became a reality. 19-year-old Nico Bray was forced to make an emergency landing along a busy road in Jupiter, Florida, last week after he says his engine lost power. You're taking a look at him right there on the road there in Florida. The landing was caught on camera, as you see, by bystanders. One passenger was on board during the emergency landing. While Bray is trained for emergencies like this, he says facing it in real life is a whole lot different. He was filled with emotion when the seriousness of what happened really hit him.
Nothing without your family, you know? Never take it for granted. You never know the last day you get to talk to your parents or your family will be. So when you get that time with them, enjoy it.
Oh, just emotional, and it's just crazy. It seems like this is becoming more often, having to do these emergency landings, and they're just landing where they have to. Man, glad people were okay. Thankfully, no one injured in that. And despite the scary incident, Bray said he plans on getting back in the air as soon as possible. So that emergency landing not stopping him from getting back on board. Well, finding the right living arrangement for older adults can be a struggle. One potential solution. Well, listen to this. Not all Buc-ee's stores are in tip-top shape. Nearly 3 dozen locations received an F rating from the Better Business Bureau. Officials there say these grades came from 88 customer complaints that were apparently not addressed in a timely fashion. Among the states where these substandard stores are located, Alabama, Georgia, and Texas. Wow. According to the BBB, an official with Buc-ee says it doesn't respond to complaints that come from the Better Business Bureau. Interesting. I honestly haven't been to a bad Buc-ee's. Well, there are a few lane closures in the area right now. First in Augusta, the Eve Street Bridge is closed for 3 weeks. It's for sanitary sewer installation behind the Croc. You can go through the Kings Mill parking lot for Broad Street access. That's the green lines on the map you're taking a look at. Officials say just give yourself some extra time for your commute. In Aiken County, tonight is the last night of closures on I-20. This is video we have of the old Vaucluse Road Bridge earlier this week. Last summer, a fiery crash involving a tanker caused the old bridge to collapse. Crews are closing the area down at night to install new parts. You're asked to slow down as you approach the work zone. Emily.
And we are in store for a chilly overnight. Temperatures will be in the middle 30s to start off your Friday. So drastic pattern change here for the end of our work week. I'll have a look at what's in store for our weekend, and we have a first alert to talk about coming up.
This is our call to
Lazy.
Well, here's a look at your community calendar. St. Patrick's Day is less than a week away, but you can kick off the celebrations this weekend. Starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday, Aiken will host its fun 5K run through downtown. And then at 5 p.m., there will be a festival on Newberry Street featuring live music, food, drinks, and family-friendly activities. Should be great weather for us for our Saturday. Now, Friday, we're going to be in the upper 60s, plenty of sunshine. Saturday, upper 70s, so we will be warming back up, but got a couple of things to discuss here. Starting late Sunday overnight, we have a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. That's looking very likely, though, for our Monday. We've issued a first alert for that chance for strong to severe storms, heavy thunders or heavy rainfall, strong wind gusts, and an isolated tornado. That's really our main threats here as we go throughout the start of the work week next week. St. Patrick's Day is on Tuesday, and I know we have a lot of parades going on around the area. You're going to need to bundle up. We're only seeing highs in the low 50s for your Tuesday next week. I'll have another check on your forecast coming up.
You're watching News 12, First at 4. Continues.
First at 4 continues as we track a first alert Monday for severe storm chances after a stormy start this morning. Thanks for joining us First at 4. Now streaming live on WRDW+. I'm Zaina Halliburton. We're going to send things straight over to your first alert meteorologist, Emily Acton, with what you need to know come Monday, Emily.
Yeah, what you need to know right now is you need to be updated on the forecast as we go throughout the weekend. So kind of just have that in the back of your mind. Saturday, Sunday, you're checking that First Alert weather app, our website, or even just tune in on TV, and we'll have the latest updates for you there. But as of right now, Monday, we are anticipating another line of showers and heavy thunderstorms to push through the CSRA, and that's why the National Weather Service has us under a slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5, low-end threat, but this is something that we can expect to see during the month of March. So we could see some strong straight-line winds, an isolated tornado, heavy rainfall can be expected for your Monday next week. We'll have a little bit better timeline on when these showers will start and end as we go throughout the weekend, but I'll have a look at what we can expect coming up.
Thanks, Emily. Take a look at this. Highway 80 in Swainsboro is back open after a massive fire burned for several hours yesterday, ending up in a junkyard where officials say more than 700 cars caught fire. Swainsboro Fire Department shared these photos to Facebook today. Officials say firefighters battled the big blaze up until early this morning. They say it started off as a brush fire that then got out of control and spread to this nearby junkyard. Fire crews say around 500 to 750 cars were burned as a result of this. Officials say the area is expected to be smoky for the next several days. Thankfully, no one was hurt. We're told a total of 18 agencies responded. Just a crazy scene. If you're just joining us, we're continuing to follow a big national story out of Michigan. A suspect is dead after an incident at a synagogue with the school. A testament that you don't have to let your life experience define you. Today, 11 local justice-impacted juveniles walked across the stage to receive their high school diploma or GED. Chief Judge of Juvenile Court, Tiana Bias, and Richmond County Sheriff Eugene Brantley greeted the grads as they walked onto the stage. Judge Bias says the goal isn't to punish children for bad decisions, but to get them back on track so they don't end up in a worse situation later on.
Oftentimes when we see children come into juvenile court, the judges try to do our best to remember that many times we are meeting them on what may be the worst day that they've ever had. And so just because you've made one mistake, it doesn't have to change the entire trajectory of your life. And that's exactly what juvenile court is for.
One teen also graduated from Youth Challenge along with their diploma. So a huge congratulations to all of the grads, and we wish them the very best in what they do next. Take a good look here at your screen. Richmond County deputies searching for these missing teenagers who they say both left their homes on Aiken Street yesterday. That's near Sandbar Ferry Road. We're showing you 15-year-old Montana Sapp and 14-year-old Ciasia Cummings. Deputies say Sapp was wearing a red and orange shirt, a black and white scarf, black pants, and had a white blanket when she left home. It's unclear what Cummings was wearing. If you see either of these teenagers or know where they are, be sure to contact the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. A Georgia bill that would make cell phone...
Well, we've issued a first alert for Monday. I know we had one today that has since expired, but now there is one for the start of the work week next week. I'll have a look at what we can expect coming up.
You to grades K through 8. South Carolina already has a statewide mandatory cell phone ban for K through 12 public schools. Emily?
Well, we've issued a first alert for Monday. I know we had one today that has since expired, but now there is one for the start of the work week next week. I'll have a look at what we can expect coming up.
You may talk to your plants, but what if they could talk back? How a Spelman College students are using what they call Plant GPT to give your houseplants a voice. That's next.
McDonald's breakfast deals are mornings match made in heaven. Pair up the classic McDonald's breakfast deals are mornings match made in heaven. Pair up the classic favorite $2.69 sausage McMuffin with egg with a fresh and bold $2 any size iced coffee. Get a combo that starts the day off right. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
We have a first alert for this upcoming Monday. We are anticipating a line of showers and thunderstorms to move through our area. Main threat going to be heavy downpours and some strong wind gusts. So what you need to know right now, you need to just stay up to date on the forecast and just stay weather aware as we go throughout the weekend. We'll have a little bit better timing and severity of what these storms will look like. But as of right now, we are showing some strong indications for some severe storms for our Monday. Right now, we are nice and dry, thankfully so. A lot of rainfall earlier this morning, but conditions for this evening are looking a lot cooler but drier. So if you do have any outdoor plans, make sure you have the jacket. We're going to be in the 50s at 7 p.m., dipping into the low 50s and upper 40s. For the late overnight, eventually bottoming out right around 35 degrees. So a cold start to your Friday, but Friday is looking beautiful. Sunny sky conditions will warm up into the upper 60s. Very spring-like day for the end of our work week. Saturday, another great day for us. We're warming up into the upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, and that's going to continue at least for first half of our weekend. Once we get into Sunday, we'll start to see that cloud cover building back in, and then some rain chances starting for the early afternoon, but we'll have that line pushing through late into the overnight, really early Monday morning. As of right now, that's what the models are showing. Main threats, again, heavy rain, strong wind gusts, an isolated tornado possible. It's that time of year. So something, again, we'll have to continue to keep a close eye on. Low-end threat for some damaging hail as well. But good news is tomorrow's looking great. Saturday's looking great. So if you do have any weekend plans, maybe you have some yard work to do, Saturday's going to be a great day to do that. But we will see those hit or miss showers and thunderstorms come Sunday, and really for the start of the work weekend. A big cool down after that. Check it out. St. Patrick's Day, Tuesday, 52 for the high temperature.
All right, keep the jacket close. Thanks, Emily. Many say talking to plants helps them grow healthier, but what if your plants could talk back? Students at Spelman College in Atlanta are working on an artificial intelligence tool that would do just that. Madeline Montgomery has the story.
What are your humidity levels right now?
Soil is parched. I'm afraid.
A trickle of water would be a kindness.
Imagine being able to ask your plant, what's wrong?
Dino, how are your temperatures right now?
That's the goal of Plant GPT. Spelman students Jessica Obi and Temple Dees are developing the innovative tool at the school's Innovation Lab.
I don't know anything about plants, but that's why this is perfect.
Plant GPT uses artificial intelligence to monitor a plant's health data. Sensors in the soil collect real-time data. AI processes the information and creates personalized care instructions.
Love of all things succulent, crank up the heat.
There's a limit to what you can ask Dino.
Humidity, light intensity, soil moisture, and then its outside temperature.
The plebeians are finally taking notice of my refined sensibilities.
Oh.
Dino's personality is set to match the plant's type.
The original plant that we used was a Royal Highness succulent, and so it was decided that the personality would be kind of like a Victorian royal.
The original idea was really rooted in this concept of like, would the plant survive more likely if it has its own voice and agency?
Eric Thompson is the Innovation Lab's assistant director.
You deal with a million different ideas, and to see the students supporting each other, imagining what their futures can be in the space, and working on ideas that are way ahead of their time, I always leave this place with a sense of pride.
OB&Ds may not have green thumbs, but they have big dreams for Plant GPT.
There's a bunch of sensors going on right now. So for the average user, this is not really convenient for anyone. So we want to compartmentalize all of that.
They want this to work on more than houseplants.
Also want to potentially expand to like local farms, so a group of multiple plants as well. But any environment essentially where a caretaker may need to know the stats and information about their plant.
The Spelman juniors hope to pursue careers in computer science.
Oh, maybe I'll get my own plant once everything is finished with this.
Yeah, definitely. I want to own some plants in the future.
Early lessons that in the future could make a difference.
All right, but it sounds like they want the plants that talk back to them, right? I guess I need my plant at home to talk back to me because it's leaning on its side and I gave it water and I just don't know what to do anymore. So those girls might need to help me out. Well, you could get jail time for feeding birds in Surfside Beach, South Carolina. The town council is considering higher fines and possible jail time for people who violate the town's bird feeding ordinance. Currently, feeding geese, seagulls, and other birds is illegal in Surfside Beach with a current fine of $200 per offense. The new proposal would create new consequences for repeat violations, including a maximum fine of $500. The current law does allow officials to add up to 30 days of jail time, and some council members say they're on board with that. For some people who live there, they say it's the trash that's left behind.
They like to be in flocks anywhere from 5 to 30. So there can be a lot of them. It's the physical mess that they leave behind that is really an issue.
The council did not take action on the proposal and instead decided to review it at a future workshop that has not yet been set. What's the best place to store your emergency cash? Coming up in Watching Your Wallet, why some experts say a high-yield savings account could be your safest bet for life's surprise expenses. You can't predict the next time you'll blow a tire on your car or face a plumbing disaster. It's why emergency funds are so important. They're there for life's unexpected expenses. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa takes a look at why many experts say stock that money away in a high-yield savings account.
Move your money where it can grow. Most Americans tend to keep their money in the same bank account for years. Personal finance expert for Motley Fool Money, Joel O'Leary, says don't keep your emergency savings in the same regular checking account you use every single day.
Because you're going to be tempted to dip into them. And when you're always looking at like a larger balance, it can play mind tricks on you. So right now, high yield savings accounts are the best place. They're kind of a no-brainer. They're just like regular savings accounts, except high yield savings accounts pay a higher interest rate.
Just to give you an idea of what that looks like, some of the top online banks right now are offering high yield savings accounts with interest rates around 4% APY. That's a massive difference from the likely 0.01% that you will get from a simple savings account at a big bank.
The headline feature is getting a high interest rate because you want your money working as hard as it can for you. But that can vary a lot from bank to bank, so it's important to shop around. Monthly fees are a pet peeve of mine, so I always recommend working with a modern online bank that just doesn't charge any junk fees.
He says this simple move will have you earning real dollars in interest instead of just pennies. And he says it has the exact same safety as a regular savings account. Just make sure the account is FDIC insured, ensuring you don't lose your funds if the institution goes under, also providing peace of mind. With this Watch in Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and it often starts in childhood. A dietitian at Nationwide Children's Hospital says high cholesterol is a danger for kids too, raising their risk for heart disease later on. She recommends lean proteins, fruits, veggies, and whole grains, but says don't force it. Instead, lead by example. Serve healthy foods alongside their favorites, and let younger kids explore new foods to build interest over time.
It's really baby steps, and I know that can feel really frustrating, but if we continue to lay that foundation over time, it's going to create a more open path for them to try new things.
She says that every meal isn't going to be perfect, and that's okay. She says your child may only want to eat frozen chicken nuggets for a meal. That's going to happen, but she encourages parents to think big picture and make sure they continue offering healthier foods overall.
Well, we have a first alert issued for Monday. We're tracking another line of showers and thunderstorms that's going to move through our area. I'll have a final look at what we can expect for your weekend, and we're going to talk more about Monday coming up.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, sweet. Saved enough for concert tickets.
Winning feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Take a look at this. Taco Bell is getting into skincare. It says it'll offer Mountain Dew Baja Blast under eye patches this year. So the chain says they contain caffeine and citrus to provide cooling hydration. Other ingredients and a release date are still unknown. But I don't know how I feel about this. I do love a Baja Blast, that's for sure. But in
You know how people like don't do this at home? It's really bad. Like, you know how people eat like Tide Pods and stuff? I feel like this could be a trend and people might eat that.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah, it could entice some people to try it, and then
Yeah.
it's really not good for you.
Yeah,
And
not
honestly,
good.
Mountain Dew, not the best soda for you anyways, health-wise.
Yeah.
But the Baja Blast, every now and then, it's on my order, I will say.
Yeah.
But hey, to each their own, Emily.
Yeah, not for me. But hey, looking at Monday, we have a first alert issued. We're tracking a line of showers and thunderstorms. Your chief meteorologist, Riley Hale, will have more coming up.
Your family's safe.
Mild trip for everybody. Now available at Parker's Kitchen.